Tom, do you have a title we should use?
We're coordinators. Yeah. Of the, don't you have an acronym for that then? Yeah. Brunswickers Public Power and Public Good. I want to welcome you and thank you for coming. We have a document, a series of documents, and I apologize if it's just more paper. If you want to leave it behind, that's fine. But for those who weren't at our first conference, I provided some material for background. The blue document is a statement of purpose for the coalition. And the coalition is a transformation of the MB Power Not for Sale group. And we've identified a new mission as well as identified our values and principles right up front. You can appreciate that the coalition on the MB Power sale was brought together very, very quickly, and we were sort of behind the eight ball developing and evolving. We had the opportunity with the new direction to be able to sit down and identify our statement of purpose and have it available for all the Brunswickers. So that's the blue sheet. As well, at our last meeting with you, we provided you with the good government principles, the questions for candidates, which is the pink sheet, and we're encouraging members of the coalition and the general population to use these questions as the basis of discussion with candidates as they come and knock on their doorstep over the next 4 months. So what we are, as voters in this province, we want to set a higher standard of political practice for our elected representatives, and we intend to hold them to this standard. And we have our beliefs that New Brunswickers expect that their government, from the government, a means of participating effectively in the development of public policy. We had a significant fracture from that in the eyes of many New Brunswickers over the course of the late fall and winter over the sale of MB Power, and that has served as the lightning rod for many activities then and now moving into the election, from new political parties forming to coalitions developing and community organizations. So we want our views to be respected. New Brunswickers want our views to be respected. What we learned in the MB Power was that there's one thing that can rile up New Brunswickers is don't tell them something in an electoral promise and then swing a 180. It's 3 years into the mandate and time for implementation. This is not the first time. This is not consistent with one political party. We can provide examples of the switcheroo that we want to see avoided, quite frankly, so that when New Brunswickers go to the polls, when they're deciding on which party, whether it's 4 parties or 5 parties, that they'll in fact have some basis, integral basis in order to make that decision. So who is the coalition? We do have a list for you that is on the back of the green document. Sorry, it's on the back of the white document. And it's you know, the usual suspects from the coalition on MB Power. We have concerned citizens, and they are organizing under Facebook. We have local community leaders who were able to identify during the last exercise and have come back and on board. We have some new groups that have joined with us and will participate in disseminating the information and creating local riding activities over the course of the election. My cohort, Auguste Gallant, we're coordinators. There's a steering committee of 10 people that have been meeting on a regular 2-week basis since the end of March, and have worked together to put a campaign together that we believe is essential and necessary in this time and state of politics in the province. And our goal today is to introduce you to our logo and our brand, provide you with the backdrop of the Good Government campaign and the material that we now have delivered to all of the four currently registered political parties, and have met with two of the leaders, have meetings with the Liberals next week, and the Tories meeting is pending. They're anxious for us to meet. We're just trying to get a time for that to happen. So, and then we want to introduce you to our report card. And this report card, like what we were used to in school, will be integrated over the course of the campaign. We intend to come to the public 4 times during the campaign, the middle of each of June, July, August, and September, to see the progress and to visualize just how the 4 or 5 political parties are in fact responding to the Good Government campaign. So our brand is quite jazzy, we think. We're quite happy with it. It's the Legislative Assembly rotunda or dome with the arms of democracy, the D, wrapped around it. The black dot represents the 750,000 New Brunswickers. So it's democracy and the people of New Brunswick wrapping their arms around their Legislative Assembly. The Good Government campaign, as I mentioned, we have sat down with the parties, circulated to all the parties. We've received a very warm reception from the 2 parties that we've met with thus far, and anticipate a warm reception from the remaining parties. What it does is it outlines the planks of good government from the perspective of the coalition, from public participation to government ethics. We'd like to see the establishment of a code of conduct for MLAs, and there's a piece on electoral reform.